How are you doing?
Pierce, good.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. Well, I know that you're actually Pat's boss, and I'm appreciative for you being here in today's meeting. I know that I've met with Pat a couple of times about our different engine options, so I'm appreciative to be able to talk about it a little bit more with you today. But
Right.
Excellent. Well, how long are you with Caterpillar?
I'm with the driller. I'm with New Drill.
Yes, I'm sorry. I apologize for the New Drill. I apologize.
It's very, very new position for me.
Okay.
So, and as you know, crazy times around here right now. So this is all very new, changing times for us. We've had a wild last couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you elaborate on what these wild past couple of days looked like?
They had some changes in leadership. With I know everybody's been talking about Jamie over at Interco. So with Jamie departing and us having a little bit of concerns around here on how exactly we're going to roll out operations for this next couple of quarters, we're kind of scrambling to figure out a plan. And with me being new, of course, it's a challenge to try to figure out the operations side of things. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I want to help you do. I know it can be challenging to be new to role. So as an account manager for Caterpillar, I want to be able to help step in and make sure that we're finding the best engine options to help alleviate all your concerns.
Okay.
And I know a big thing that you all have had recently is
Tell you what, before we get started, do you mind? We've been pulling all nighters. Do you mind if we go? We just grab a quick coffee next door. Leave your stuff here. We'll just cruise next door.
May I bring my pen?
Water. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Let's go. Absolutely. Okay, y'all. Let's get a refreshment. Whatever is best fit for your needs.
Okay.
Best fit for your needs.
Okay.
Here,
Have a seat.
This one.
Water. Anything you like here. It's
Excellent.
just
Well, thank
be
you.
good for me to take a break here.
Okay, great. All right, well, so really, like I said, the purpose of our meeting, I saw that Jamie had some poor cost management, so I'm sorry to hear about that, as I know that's frustrating. However, what I wanted to help you do is find the best engines. I know what's a concern for you right now is cost, and so that's why I wanted to meet with you today to talk about those two engine options. So, is there, in terms of an agenda, do we still have 20 minutes today?
That's fine.
Excellent. And then to make the most of your time, I did go ahead and make an agenda just to ensure making the most of your time.
Okay.
So that being said, I'd like to learn a little bit more about your role and exactly how that is transitioning with New Drill, and kind of what you've heard about Pat and I's previous meetings. Then from there, we can dive into Caterpillar's engine options and hopefully meet your needs in that area. And lastly, we can wrap up with next steps. But based on what I just reviewed, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I'm sure I'll have questions along the way, but thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, great. And then in terms of a decision maker, I know some things recently changed, obviously. So you being Pat's boss, help me understand, are you going to be the sole decision maker when purchasing engines, or does someone else need to be involved?
For New Drill, for now, with my new role, being what we're going to call it's going to be a COO, operations director position. I'll make the call for that, for what we're looking at here for these engines.
Okay. So you're the decision maker. That's great to know. Also, am I allowed to write on this paper? Just to confirm. Okay.
That's fine.
Thank you. Okay, well, excellent. So you being new to role, I know, how long when did you adjust to this new role?
It's been seriously a couple weeks.
A couple weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, okay. Well, with that being said, have you had any sort of challenges so far in your new role, or what do you know, not challenges, but what do you know about our previous conversations with Pat?
Great question. The previous conversations with him, I think everybody and all my guys, everybody was talking about replacing this new fleet of engines. The challenges that we're had with what's going on right now is that I don't think we're going to get the CapEx from the board to buy this next tranche of whatever they've been talking about. I know they've been very excited to put a program together, but right now we're looking at, we want to do this stuff. We're just not going to have the CapEx in the budget.
Absolutely. Okay, I understand. So just the initial cost is kind of what's a concern for you right now? Okay. Good to know there. And so I want to hear your thoughts on a diesel. I know you currently have diesel, a 3512C. Help me understand, are you wanting to replace it with diesel, or are you open to gas? I know Pat mentioned he does see the value in gas, so I know if he was relaying that information to you.
Yes, our customer, Interco, they're interested in it, so that makes us interested in it. We don't exactly know how that's going to work and how we're going to structure this out exactly, but certainly we're interested.
Okay, and help me understand, you're interested just because Interco's interested, is that correct?
That's right. I mean, we're here to drill. We look at our customers. We want to make them happy. We want to build the things that they need. So that's what we're trying to figure out: is that how much are they interested in it, and how do we structure this? We work off of a day rate, right? So we're just trying to figure out how to make that work.
Absolutely, make the most money where you can, get the most contracts as you can.
Right, and then make sure that we have a smooth operation, right? So.
essentially that reliability. Correct. That's also what Pat touched on as well. So, okay, well that's great to hear. Have you had any current challenges with, obviously, so you're looking at gas right now, but you want reliability within the engine. So have you had any challenges finding a solution to meet these needs, or what did that look like for you? Since again, I know you're kind of new to role.
Now, we've been proud of the Caterpillar engines. We've been big time customers, y'all, for a while. We have all 3512Cs, as you know, as I understand, and I'm still learning a little bit about how things have been going, but we've been happy with the diesels.
Absolutely great. And so if you were able to maybe switch, I know, so you're happy with diesel, if you were able to find a gas option that, like you said, is going to benefit first neutral, but also make Interco happy with those low emission levels, how do you think that's going to set yourself up success for maybe future contracts with Interco?
Hopefully, well, I mean, maybe you can help me understand exactly how you picture that or how I would position that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll go ahead and dive into that as well. Before I get to it, I just want to reiterate what we've been over so far. So essentially, you're going to be the decision maker when we're talking about the engine process, but right now your main concern is not having enough capital to purchase the engine, but really you're looking for reliability within the engines, but also open to gas because you know it's something that Interco is wanting. Is that all correct?
That's right.
Excellent. Well, just a little bit about Caterpillar. I know you've used us before, but something that we've actually are making a really big mark in right now is our gas engines. We've actually invested over $2 billion in research and development towards our gas engines, being the only company that's making the investments and strides in innovation that we are. So that being said, I actually would love to show you our engine options as well as fuel savings that we have. I did actually leave it in the other room. Do you mind if I go grab that for just 5 seconds really quickly?
Okay.
Okay, I'll just be right back. Thank you for your patience, Alex. Okay, so with that being said, I had a couple different fuel options or engine options for you here. So what you mentioned is you're like, what's the benefit of gas over diesel, right? So the reason I would recommend diesel, specifically the 3 G3512s with the ESS add-on, is going to be because it's going to give you the lowest emissions rate, which is where that carbon intensity level comes from in 750 grams there. And it's also just going to be the best fit for essentially your contracts with Interco down the line, since you said you're looking for the low emissions. So that's the reason I would recommend the gas over your current diesel options. Does that kind of make sense on that area?
Yes.
Okay. I would also like to show you some information on fuel savings, but before I dive into that, I know this is a lot of numbers right here, so did you have any questions on our engine options?
No, for right now.
Okay, excellent. And then in terms of fuel savings, I actually have this chart as well that can show you the benefit of moving from a gas engine over a diesel engine. So you can see here, this blue line is going to represent gas, as well as this red line representing diesel. In this first year alone, you're saving over $721,000 just in fuel costs. So that's not even including all the other savings that you're going to have, just fuel costs there. And to see the specific numbers of everything you're going to save each year are going to be in these yellow columns below. So in the end of 5 years, you're over at $3.5 million just in fuel savings. So by saving this much money, how do you think that's going to help? Since Interco is the one that's paying for the fuel, essentially, how do you think what do you think that's going to do your reputation towards Interco?
No, it's good. Yeah, I would think would sound great to them.
Yeah.
The question is, how are we going to pay for it? How do we
Absolutely.
pay for this?
Because you're concerned about the capital. So with that being said, if I direct attention again towards what this is going to look like. So in terms of paying for it, it's going to be $4 million for the 3 gas engines as well as that ESS add-on. So your concern is not having enough money up front to pay for it. However, are you only open to purchasing options, or would renting be a better fit for you?
We don't have the CapEx to purchase right now, so we have to figure out a rental.
Okay. So I actually have some information on rentals as well. It's actually going to be a $5,000 just for 3 units. So same thing for the G3512, it'll be $5,000 to rent it per day. I know you operate on 330 days a year, and so just doing some quick math off of that, you're going to be looking at about $1.6 million. And so while I know your concern is paying for it up front, you're actually spending more money in the long term, specifically $650,000 more by renting instead of purchasing. So based on that information, what do you think is going to be best fit for you?
Yeah, no, I mean we need to look at a rental option.
Okay.
Yeah, and try this. That's brand new for us, right? It's brand new for me for sure. So we have to paint the picture for me. How does this look across? How many fleets do I try this on? How would you recommend that I lay that out?
Oh, excellent question. So just to confirm, how do you actually use the rental options?
We'll have to leverage that.
Okay, we can go with that. That's going to be best fit for your needs, because what I'm here really is to help find whatever's going to best suit you.
Okay.
And so what I would recommend is the 3 gas engine with the ESS add-on is going to get you the biggest bang for your buck. You want cost efficiency. You said you care about cost, so that's going to be the recommendation I have, just to save money on that area. But how many engines? Let me ask you. I know 25% of your engines are retiring, but how many units is that going to be?
Well, that's the question. I mean, if it's 25% of the fleet right now, what they're looking at is, and this is all changing. I'm all brand new to this, right? So it'd be like 25 rigs.
Okay. 25 rigs. So just to clarify, that's 25 rigs, and there's 4 engines on each.
We've got a pool of diesels that we use to out-rig those, and that's what the crew takes care of for those.
Okay, excellent. And so just to clarify, for the 25 rigs, that's actually 100 engine units. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay, perfect. So I thought during my research it was about 4 rigs or 4 engines per rig. Excellent. So with this package, that's 4. Let me do some quick math for you really quick. So I would say that's about 25 rigs you're going to need this for, since you had 4 on each. That's kind of how I'd recommend. So 5,000 times, I just said 4 earlier, 25. So that's going to be about looking at, I'm sorry, for some reason, my math is just not calculating. But, so yeah, I'd recommend 25 rigs. Does that kind of make sense there?
Okay. That's a lot of day rate to try on a lot of rigs. Something we can look at. What do you recommend? Sorry.
Absolutely, it's okay. Would you, if there's a lot of rigs to look at, how many would you prefer to start off at? Because again, I want you to do an option that's going to be you're most comfortable with. I know you're new to roll, so trying to find something that's best fit for a new drill. But would you say maybe trying it on 5 rigs would be better fit for your capital expense concern right now?
We could look at that.
Okay. Excellent. You can look at that. Do you have any questions regarding pricing on that, or what the next steps would look like in terms of implementing those new rigs?
Right.
Those engines?
So how do I? A couple things. One, how do you recommend that I structure this to my customer? Right. I mean, how do I present this to Interco?
Yeah, excellent question. So the way I would recommend structuring this to Interco is first off explaining the gas savings we have here. Sorry, I know we have kind of a lot of things going on.
All right.
But so I'd recommend first off showing them the fuel savings, because they're the ones that are paying for the fuel, right? So showing, hey, you're saving this much money each year, and specifically showing them this yellow column here. This is how much money they're saving year over year by switching to gas.
Right.
From there, I would also show them our emission levels that this option will ask you with the 3 gas engine, the ESS add-on, because that's giving you the lowest carbon intensity levels possible. Like I said earlier, Caterpillar is the only one that's making the remarks that we are in this area. So this is a very competitive carbon intensity level. So those are 2 things I would do: fuel savings and then low emissions. Does that kind of clarify your concern on how you should position that to Interco?
Right, and then from a day rate perspective, I charge them a day rate. They get the fuel benefit. I'm having to pay for this new rental. How do I put that together?
Yeah, great question. So in order for you to even fulfill contracts, you have to have engines, correct?
Right.
So if you didn't have these engines,
we've got them today. We've
they
got
do
diesels
have
today.
them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so the way it's benefiting you specifically at New Drill is because you're able to save money up front by the rental option. So by renting these 5 rigs, that's going to allow you to understand, okay, is gas something I'm working? How is that working in our operations? That way you can fulfill the other 20 rigs later on if you're like, hey, I really like gas. Interco's loving the gas. It's getting us more contracts down the line. And that way it's setting you up for success to get more contracts down the line. Does that kind of leave your concern on how you would sell that to both Interco but also benefit New Drill?
Yes, I think so. I'm starting to put it together here.
Okay.
As you know, it's been a while, so we're trying to get everything together. In this situation, I mean, who takes care of the maintenance? How are we going to look after these?
Yeah, great question. So for the rental option specifically, it's going to be in our rental, so Caterpillar will help take care of it. So that's a cost saving for you. I know Interco is getting to save some money on fuel, but New Drill is also able to save some money on maintenance if anything were to happen due to the rental cost. Does that make sense on where that came from?
Yeah, I mean, my teams, we have people out there today on each one of these rigs that take care of all the maintenance and all this. I'm sorry, those people are already out there.
So you're wanting maybe Neutral to work on the maintenance? Is that what you're talking about?
No, we definitely have to take care of it. It's our equipment.
Yes. Okay. So that's okay. So we can do. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not 100% sure what this maintenance looks like. I haven't had a customer that's wanted to do maintenance themselves.
Okay.
But what I can do, I would again find the solutions can be best fit for you. So I'll actually talk to my boss after our meeting today, and in our follow-up email, I can send over kind of what it's going to look like in terms of that maintenance. Would that be okay for now?
Sure.
Okay. Well, what I'd like to do, so what we've discussed so far, I know we've talked about gas, how it can help Interco in terms of fuel savings as well as low emissions, but specifically for you, Alex, how it can save you costs in maintenance and also upfront capital expense. So based on what we discussed so far, would you agree that purchasing these gas engine options specifically for your 5 rigs would be the best fit for you right now? Or renting, sorry, I apologize. Renting, sorry.
That's something we can make work.
Okay,
We can
excellent.
try that.
Excellent. Well, if I were to send you the contract this afternoon, would you feel comfortable signing it today?
I'm going to have to review it again with the board because even though I'm going to be not spending a lot of money, this is going to be certainly a change, right?
Okay.
So we'll go over that. But
So reviewing it with the board. When is your board meeting?
we actually have one next to this coming up Monday, so I'm going to get this material together pretty quick.
Okay. So what material, do you need anything from me on my end that I can help send over for you? Any numbers, any information, maybe on the rental process, what that looks like? Obviously, I'll get you information on maintenance. If there's anything else that I can help you for that rental or for the rental process to present to the board?
That's a good question. I mean, you went over what this rental's going to be. You went over some of the benefits. The sales pitch for how do you have it for Interco that you recommend I pitch the 5 rig deal. What does it look like for them in total fuel savings and emissions? What does that look like for them?
Mm-hmm. Like I just to clarify, you're asking what does that look like for them in terms of Interco?
Yeah. What's
So
the pitch?
what I would recommend is based on my research, I know that a lot of EMP companies such as Interco really care about low emissions and low cost. Everyone wants to save money regardless of where it is, whether it's Neutral or Interco. So I would say first off, showing them, and